Apparo Tutorials. Commenting in Cognos Analytics. In this tutorial video we will show you how to create a comment application on a product list, called in an extra window, using a hyperlink within the Cognos table. We will also use an embedded Apparo business case to output the latest comment for a product, based on the selection of the product filter. We switch to the Apparo designer to create the business case for the comment. We click on New, and select the single business case. Then we enter the business case ID, and the name, and select Schema and Target Table, where we want to store the comment. Then we click on Next. The business case is created, and the Features menu appears. We disable the inserting of new data rows, and remove the Excel features. Apparo has created a widget for each database column. For the comment business case, we only need the product ID, the product line ID, the product name, and the comment widget, so we can delete all other widgets. Widgets in single business cases are arranged in columns. With drag and drop they can be moved. We move the comment widget to the first column, and click on the column name to enter the edit view. We switch to widget type and select text area. Then we switch to tab visual, and set as widget label comment for each used language. Then we set the label style to bold, and enlarge the comment field to 400 by 400 pixels. As a last step, we activate the use of HTML here, and close this editing view with OK. We run the business case to check the result. Looks fine so far. The next step is to change the first three widgets to be read-only, set the labels to bold, and change the widget type of the product line to lookup. We will also remove the navigation bar at the bottom. The navigation bar can be removed in the tab visual. Here we set the checkbox for show just the first data row only. Back to the Widgets tab. In the Product ID widget, we adapt the German label, and set to label style to bold. Next, the Product Line widget. We change the widget type to lookup drop-down for all tables. This widget type allows us to read lookup values from another table. In the tab Lookup, drop-down and multi-select, we select the lookup table, and set the product line ID as join key, and product line name EN as output value. As you may know from our other videos, you can replace EN with the language variable. In this case, the lookup output is automatically displayed in the user's language. In Tab Visual, we switch the label style to bold, and change the label to product line. Then we repeat these steps in the last widget. Back in the widgets view, we can mark the first three widgets as read-only, by checking the read-only box. Then we run the business case again, to check the result. All fields are now read-only, except for the comment field. Before we link this to the Cognos report, we should add a header here. We go to the Header tab, and enter, comment for product, : Also the German translation. Time to connect this business case with the Cognos list. We switch to the tab, Link to IBM Cognos Analytics. Under, Link into IBM Cognos Report, you will find different methods to link your business case with Cognos reports. The most important methods are embedding directly in reports, and opening in an extra window via hyperlink. We start with the call in an extra window, and copy the required HTML code via the copy button. Time to switch to the Cognos report. We will create the hyperlink within the list here in the first place. For this, we need an HTML item from the toolbox under Advanced. We drag it with the mouse to the desired position within the list. The next step is to change the label, but first we close the toolbox. We open the properties, and double-click on the label text. Comment is probably a better label than HTML item. Next, we select the HTML item, and change the source type to report expression, in the properties. Then we open the expression editor with a double click, and paste the copied HTML into it. The HTML for the call consists of 3 parts. Part 1 creates the hyperlink, and contains the names of the called business case and client. Part 2 contains the parameters that are delivered with the call. In our case, the product ID, which serves as the primary key. Part 3 defines the position, size and properties of the window, and also contains the label of the hyperlink. As a parameter, we pass the product ID. Since this is a number, we need the function number2string, and delete the rest of the help text. Then we place the cursor between the brackets, and drag the product ID into the expression window. Now we change the label of the hyperlink to open comment. The height and width of the comment window would also have to be adjusted. The height of 400 pixels is not sufficient, because our comment box is already 400 high. We change this value to 610. We change the width to 700, and then validate the expression via this button. We confirm with OK. And run the report, to check the result. We click the first hyperlink, and the comment window opens. And the mapping to the product is also correct. Let us enter a sample comment. The scroll bar here tells us that the width is not wide enough. With 710 or 720 pixels, the bar would have disappeared. We click OK to store the comment. The close button closes this dialog. But you can also configure it so that one button saves and closes automatically. When the comment window is opened again, the last saved comment is displayed. Next, we will embed a comment business case, showing the last comment for the product, selected in the prompt. Here seems to be a good place. We go into the edit mode of the report, and first add a 3x3 table grid that simplifies the placement of the HTML item. Then we drag the HTML item to the center of the grid from the toolbox under Advanced. Now we close the tools and open the properties. As you may remember, the HTML item requires a source type, report expression. To get this expression, we switch to the Apparo designer. Here we first create a copy of our comment business case. We switch to the edit mode, and open the features menu. Under Other, you will find the entry refreshing data. Here we activate the feature, refreshing business case data automatically. And confirm with OK. The left menu refreshes, and the entry refreshing data appears. The red hint tells us that the function puts this business case into a read-only mode. We set the timer to 10 seconds, and check the box that refreshes the data only if it has been changed. Then we go to the main settings, and change the business case ID on the tab Target Table. This short name is the unique identifier, and is used to address this business case, so we call it Show Comments. We save the changes, and switch to tab Link to IBM Cognos Analytics. We open the section link into IBM Cognos report, and copy the expression from, embed this business case directly into a report. We press the copy button, and switch back to the Cognos report. With a double click, we open the expression editor, and enlarge the window a little. Then we paste the copied expression. This time, we pass the prompt parameter, product filter, as the primary key parameter for the business case. Therefore, we use URL encode, and delete the rest of the help text. The primary key parameter automatically filters the output of the business case with the passed value. Now we drag the product filter into the brackets. It is passing the param display value. This will not work. Our widget is expecting the product ID. So we just remove display, and instead of the product name, we get the ID. We validate the expression, and confirm with OK. Time for a test run. We select product line and product. And the comment appears. This window now shows the last comment. If more than one user uses the comment function, we recommend to enhance it with a comment history, which stores all comments in a list, instead of simply overwriting them. In the last part of this video, we will show you how to embed the comment business case, and call it from the list. We switch to the edit mode. For calling an embedded business case from a list, we need 2 HTML items, one within the list, and one outside. In this case, we can reuse the HTML items from the previous example. We switch to the Apparo Designer, and open the edit view of the first business case. We can find the necessary expressions in the Link into Report section. The function to call an embedded business case from a Cognos list consists of 2 expressions. We copy the first one, and switch back to the Cognos report. Here, we open the expression editor of the HTML item from the list, and replace the existing expression. We will pass the product ID as primary key value, and must use number to string. We remove the rest of the help text, and drag the product ID into the brackets. This expression creates a hyperlink that does not open a browser window, but points to a target named Apparo. We validate the expression, and confirm with OK. Now the second expression, we copy it from the Apparo Designer, and switch back to the Cognos report. We open the expression editor, and replace the existing expression. The expression contains a simple iframe, with the name Apparo, and serves as a target for the hyperlink. The target name is freely selectable, so you can handle multiple targets in one report. Besides calling embedded business cases from Cognos, you can also call them from other embedded business cases. We validate again, and confirm with OK. Then it is time for the last test. When we now click on a link in the list, the comment business case is loaded, and we can enter or modify a comment. We have reached the end of our tutorial. All examples have been intentionally kept simple. Apparo offers countless possibilities to extend this comment application. How about a decision workflow? Based on the figures, the strategy for the next year is determined. Forwarded via automatic email notification, the next steps can then be taken. For example, with Apparo's planning functions, which we presented in another video. More information, and a free license, on apparo.solutions.